Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I don't know why I've gone into a voice, but I have. And I don't know what this voice actually is. It's sure as hell not Kaiba. I don't know, man. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Blue Eyes White Destiny Structure Deck is in Master Duel. And I'm aware that this video is going to be released a long time after this thing gets made, based on the fact that I have videos from February that haven't been uploaded yet, and it's actually April now. Ooh, hopefully. My hope is that this will come out in April. Sorry if it doesn't. But if you are very unfamiliar with this deck, what the fuck? Why are you watching this video? How are you on this video if you're not familiar with the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck now? My opponent has selected to go first, and in their draw phase, we're going to shotgun that Foolos to make sure that they don't play as much as they can. Engraver! Oh, Engraver's going to add Track to hand. Tracked is effectively the exact same card as a different card in the Blue Eyes deck, but okay. Fiendsmith Valmonica, which actually just topped, so that gives you an idea of, I guess it was April, but yeah. Fiendsmith Valmonica, I think just won a regionals or something. I don't actually know what it was. But it's a light fiend, so effect to add, places itself, places Angelo, effective Skelta, I don't know how to pronounce that. And then Valmonica just kind of does stuff and then sits on nothing for like a return to hand, and I think like a pop 2 or something. I'm not the most familiar with it, but I know for a fact D-Mono is the best card in the deck, so just get rid of that if you can. And then also the counters on this is good as well. They can banish their spells or traps from the graveyard to activate their effects based on if it's a life point gain or a life point loss effect. Using Demon to lose life points or an Angel to gain life points, I believe. Unless that's incorrect. Yeah, no, Demon is take damage. So they'll banish it from the graveyard, and then they can take 500 damage, add a Harmonica Spell or Trap from deck to hand, duplicating the effects. They will add Followed Rhythm, which is a destroy spell or trap or return a monster on field to hand. And then effect banishes another card to do the same effect. Excavate cards, adds a Harmonica card, and yeah, go from there. They have to excavate until they hit. And I think that's a really weird effect, if I'm being honest. Like, excavate the top card of your deck until you excavate a Valmonica card? What? What the fuck is that effect? I kind of respect it, but it's so jank. And here's the real end board. Because this guy's still in the Yu-Gi-Oh game for some reason. Don't know why Baguska is. I truly hope he'll be banned along with Dweller, Shifter, and a lot of cards in this ban list. In the draw phase. Oh, never mind. I don't use Foolos here. We're going to activate a call at the grave, targeting to banish the Engraver so that way it doesn't come back on the next turn. Although, of course, Closed Moon or D-Mono is just a light fiend, so this can just go straight into, I believe it's Requiem. I never can recall. We'll discard Maiden, or send Maiden to the graveyard to place True Light from hand or deck. Then we'll activate Wishes, discarding my Foolos to add Roar and Sage. They'll activate Joel and Lockbird. We would actually like to draw a couple, or add a couple more times, so we are going to call by the grave on the Joel and Lockbird here. Normally we probably wouldn't. I don't think it's the most necessary piece in this instance, but we can't kill because of the Baguska, so we need to just set up the best board we can. Normal Summon Sage can't activate its effect. We will link into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Spirit effect on summon can add Mausoleum of White or send it to the graveyard. We'll add it to hand. We will activate Mausoleum of White. Then we will activate its effect, targeting my Spirit, sending to the grave Blue Eyes White Dragon. Effective Spirit, turbiting for cost to revive from the graveyard or hand a Blue Eyes monster. We'll summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then because Blue Eyes White Dragon was summoned, goes to defense position, Maiden of White effect to summon herself. Then he will activate Harmonica Followed Rhythm, in which case we will activate True Light, simply because he doesn't declare one of these effects. He just gets to do one, and applies on resolution. And because if he controls the Harmonica Seeking, he can do both, or Harmonica Link Monster, he can do both. Because he only has the one, I'm going to activate the effect to set a spell or trap, because if he chooses to pop my True Light here, I will lose both my Blue Eyes White Dragon and Maiden of White by the effect of True Light. If this card is sent to the graveyard, destroy all monsters you control. Shit, okay, so we gotta set something. Maybe he'll decide to pop the Majesty of White instead, or he'll choose to return something instead. There's a few things we can do, so we're just gonna set the Majesty, try to be prepared for this True Light to get popped. Harmonica Followed Rhythm is gonna return that to the hand and take 500, sure. If a card in your Pendulum Zone has a third Resonance counter placed on it, which it did because he took damage, he can then take one monster I control and take control of it. I'll activate the effect of Maiden because it was target that card effect to revive a Blue Eyes from the graveyard or level 1 light tuner, but it's under Baguska, so it doesn't matter. It's just funny. Mausoleum will give me an extra normal summon. Baguska. Activate Roar the Blue-Eyed Dragons to summon one from the deck, the graveyard, or the banishment. We will summon out the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Sage with Eyes of Blue, link into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. And before we actually go further ahead, this is what I was referring to when I said tracked is the exact same thing as a card in the Blue Eyes deck, but just better, because it can fusion summon on the same turn. Why the fuck can't Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons fusion summon a Blue Eyes fucking fusion monster? We'll link it to Hieratic Spheres and pass our turn here. Maiden end phase Maiden will come back to us. And yeah, Guguska standby phase has to detach, otherwise it gets destroyed. Effectus was sent to the graveyard while he has Harmonica cards in the Pendulum Zone, adds it back to the hand. It's a pretty good recursion. He'll link into Zebufera, the Valmonican Hollow Heathen. It's a fucking... It's like a jellyfish light dragon? Why is it a fish? Weird. Yeah, this card prevents any Valmonic cards that it points to from being destroyed. Or no, if a card you control be destroyed by battle, a card back remove 3 resonance counters from your Pendulum Zone instead. So I have to get rid of this card before I can use my Majesty of Light, which I didn't go over. Majesty of the White Dragons. Show up to 3 of the Blue Eyes White Dragons in your hand, face up Monster Zone and or graveyard, then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. Doesn't show for cost, which means that the amount that is there happens on resolution. So if you have one engraved and your opponent visuals it, that's 1 less pop. But non-target destruction is pretty damn good. You can also then ritual summon with using this card. The ritual summon's complete dog shit. There isn't... I would actually like for there to be a good Blue Eyes ritual, because Chaos Max is a cool card, and I do like that card. But imagine if there was just like a better one, because you could play Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, which I think is a negate. I think we can actually look at that. Is that a negate? No, never mind. I think Blue Eyes could use a negate ritual monster. I mean, Dark Magician has a couple of those, so why not? Normal summon Salatrice. And then Salatrice effect to add. Sure. I don't know if I do it now. Okay, he activates the field spell to add a Valmonica card from deck to hand, which we still can't pop because if a cards you control would be destroyed, that means that he can just remove 3 to protect both the things that I would pop with my thing. He will then immediately Pendulum Summon, use the effect to banish to do whatever, which is going to allow him to on-gain effect. He uses the effect of Angelo Valmonica to banish a Valmonica spell trap in the graveyard, and then apply the effect that includes gaining life points. So in the graveyard, if we look at what he banished, gain 500 life points, then destroy spell trap in the field. That's either popping my Majesty or popping my True Light, which means we need to now activate Majesty in white because it's going to be chained out. But I can't destroy things yet, and that's where Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres comes in. We can activate its effect, contributing for cost, to return 1 card my opponent controls, or 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. So we'll use its effect to return to the hand the Valmonica Zebufera, then we will reveal the 2 Blue Eyes to pop both the Demonos. Demono is the better card, so we're getting rid of it. True Light gets popped, which means Maiden is going to get destroyed, but because both Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres and True Light are mandatory effects, we do get to pick the order. So we're going to do Chain Link 1 of True Light, the Hieratic Seal, so we special summon, and then Chain Link 2 of True Light to destroy all monsters I control. Because we're doing True Light after, the monster we special summon off Hieratic Seals will still be allowed to resolve. So we're going to take that, or it'll still be allowed to summon without being destroyed. So sure, True Light, pop, and then Hieratic Seal is going to summon out Jet Dragon from my deck. And yeah! They're going to activate Celta to add 1 Valmonica Spell Trap, adding Disharmonia, which I mean is good. Yeah, that's good. Effective plays Resonance counter, that is going to gain 500 life points to add back to hand Follow Rhythm. That's going to put another Resonance... Never mind. I thought they'll put another Resonance counter, but I suppose not. Then he's going to link into an Espiritor Knight. ST effect is going to target to banish my Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. That's a bad choice, but okay. Main phase 2, end of turn. Personally, I would have banished the Blue Eyes from my graveyard, but sure, whatever. Roar can just summon it back and banish it anyways. We use our second normal summon to add Sage with Eyes, or activate Sage with Eyes Blues effect. Our normal summon to add a Maiden of White from deck to hand. My opponent then Ash Blossoms that. That's a good Ash Blossom. Cannot fault you there. That is a real good Ash Blossom. But I had a second Wishes in hand, which we will activate its effect, discarding the Blue Eyes White Dragon to add Roar and to add Maiden of White. We will then activate the effect of Roar to summon from my graveyard or banishment or deck a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Then we'll use the effect in the graveyard of Maiden and never mind. Follow Rhythm to return to the hand 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Effective Maiden in White discarded for cost to place a True Light. Effective True Light to summon a Blue Eyes from my hand or grave. We'll activate the effect of SP Little Knight to banish my Sage and their SP. We will summon out from the graveyard my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh, I went for my hand instead. That's a weird choice. Maiden effect to summon. Effective Witches with Eyes of Blue, banishing for cost to equip my Blue Eyes White Dragon with Neo Kaiser Ultimate. We will then send both to summon out Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Now we can go battle phase, declare an attack. At the end of the damage step, Tyrant Dragon can reset a trap in the graveyard, resetting my Majesty of White. Then we'll go main phase 2, synchro Tyrant Dragon and Maiden of White into Blue Eyes Spirit of White, and then pass our turn with a Graveyard Negate, a Stop Him from Pendulum Summoning, a Tag Out into an Omni Negate, and a Pop 2. That is an awesome field to end on right there. So yeah, I think there was very little my opponent could have done to win from this point. They would have had to draw fucking fantastically, and also... Actually, I don't know if they could have drawn anything that would have won them the game, because they only had the field spell and the Angelo in the back row. I think we would have just won the game. This time, I've selected to go first, and it's a pretty okay hand. We will normal summon our Neo Kaiser Seahorse. And I have something else to say about these cards in terms of card design. Why isn't this treated as a Blue Eyes? It has red eyes. Okay. And... sure, you don't want to treat it as a Blue Eyes? Whatever. Why is it when it's sent from the field to the graveyard? Dragon Shrine exists. You know, Blue Eyes support, you send Blue Eyes, you send this effect sends whatever, or sends Maiden something. People don't play this in any other version of the deck aside from as a one-of because it gets you into Maiden. And that's it. Oh, Seahorse effect is going to send a Maiden, and then Spirit with Eyes of Blue effect as Chain Link 2 to add Mausoleum Blight. I'm very passionate about this game, if you can't tell. Hello, Maiden! Activate Mausoleum. Activate the effect Mausoleum. Targeting the high Spirit. Spirit effect, tribute for cost 2, summon a Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Actually, well, I kind of have to summon at least 2 more times to end on a meaningful board. Alright. Blue Eyes summon. Activate Roar to summon another Blue Eyes. Do I use Maiden effect here? Maiden effect in graveyard summons, so another one. Effective Maiden, send for cost to place. Placing True Light. Effective True Light to set a spell or trap. We'll set out Wishes. Wishes effect, discarding the Veiler for cost to add Majesty of the White Dragon and my Sage with Eyes of Blue. I don't know, I'm playing into this so much. We will then use the effect of an extra normal summon to add from deck to hand and effect Veiler. I think we Synchro 9. Wishes effect targeting in the graveyard to the Blue Eyes. We'll Synchro 9 here, giving 1 more draw into Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and we will set our Majesty of White and pass our turn. I think I shouldn't have done this. I don't know if it was worth active or setting Wishes there. I think if I did the Wishes, it honestly might have just been better to just add Majesty and Sage and just set the Majesty and not normal summon the Sage, because that was an extra draw for them. But like, also, bro, your name is CP. Please don't fucking. I don't know what you want the word CP to be. Don't ever use those 2 letters in conjunction together. Don't. Track to hand by discarding Engraver. Activate the Imperm on the Blue Eyes Spirit. Neo Kaiser or Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is going to banish to negate the targeting effect and destroy that card. Bye Imperm. They could very well have another one, but if they don't, that means that their Lurie will not resolve. Tracked effect to add from deck to hand. The Lurie gets discarded. Lurie mandatory when it's discarded to summon. We will negate that with Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. A lot of people, for some reason, seem to find it worthwhile to immediately then tribute this card after activating this, within the same chain, which means that they called by this, you fucking lose. I'm talking about you, Adam. Stop doing that. I don't know why you do that, but you always do it in the same chain. You never wait for the chain to resolve. Engraver effect, shuffle that back to summon 1 out. Sure. Okay. Whatever. I don't care. Feedsmith's Requiem. A good Majesty pops right here, but it's not like it's too worth doing. Summons out another Engraver, and then Sang Engine effect to place. You're an idiot. If you wait just in Requiem effect to place itself, and then feeds with Engraver effect to send 2, you'd have been fine. Don't know why you didn't. Actually, I think it does target though, right? Well, yeah, that would bait out the interaction here. But sure, on place of Sang Engine and effect paying 2,000 life points, he has to special this card to add, so we'll use Majesty to pop 2 cards, popping the Engraver and the Sang Engine. That means that he cannot summon Snake-Eye Doom Dragon. Wedju Temple, so it's actually Exodia. Most likely, anyways. We'll use Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, tagging out to summon out Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, which is an on-field negate. Wedju Temple effect to place 2, then he summons into Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. Effect targeting, we will effect Veiler the Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. That way we force out another interaction for them while keeping our Ultimate Spirit, so that way they can't go into whatever else. Although I do kind of lose the Typhon here, so if they go that, it's a little bit rough. Oh, Emblem Oath! Okay! Negate. Oh yeah, I guess you could use these in that, because there's 8s and there's 6s in the Exodia deck. We'll tribute everything here on... What? Oh, he did Trudea. Trudea summon, then we Nibiru. I guess that makes sense. Activates that. Oh, stand up effect, discarding for cost to place Trudea. Trudea effect to summon back. What level? This is level 8, so we couldn't have. doesn't place for cost. I should have done that way. I should have waited for him to use the effect. If Summon gets Primera summons. Primera effect on summon will add stand up or wake up, whatever it is. Wake up effect can summon a token, and then he can synchro from there. But he's obviously going to synchro into the 12 being Auxiliary here, because if he goes into Legatia, he's an absolute idiot. And he's an absolute idiot. Cool, works for me. Lady Thighs is not going to do anything to me because on summon it'll pop the nib and draw one card. Wake up will banish from the graveyard to send a Centurion card from deck to grave, sending Phalanx. Phalanx would be a banish. They'll declare an attack. And that is a giant fucking nib token, so we are in a scary position. Legatia effect will place him during the end phase from the graveyard or the hand. We'll use Magnum's effect to banish, then in the True Light effect as Chain Link 3, so that way if they pop the True Light, the Ghost Stroke or something. I mean, that wouldn't have worked. I don't know what I was thinking here. It should have been True Light effect, and then in a new Chain Magnum effect. Yeah, okay, whatever. Set the wishes. Magnum effect will banish the Primera, so that way they can't place anything in the back row because it has to place specifically from there. So all they can do is the Trudea. Magnum effect in the end phase will add Neo Kaiser Seahorse, and this is why I'm actually playing a specific card in my extra deck. We'll drop Returning a Jet Dragon, not bad, but not great. We'll normal summon the Neo Kaiser Seahorse and Synchro 10 into not Burrow and Deflore, but Bestial Dispater, a fantastic extender and combo piece in this deck. Neo Kaiser Seahorse will send to the graveyard a Maiden of White. We'll activate Wishes for Eyes of Blue, discarding Blue Eyes Jet Dragon to add Roar the Blue Eyed Dragons and Sage with Eyes of Blue from deck to hand. This will be on normal summon, giving me an extra follow-up. Dispater effect will activate to target the Primera to summon, which we can then use to link off, if we really wanted to, into a Dragon's Spirit with Eyes of Blue. But instead, we're going to use its effect to summon out from the graveyard a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Then we will Synchro 12 using the Primera. Oh, never mind. First of all, Maiden, gotta remember the Maiden. Synchro 12 with Blue Eyes and Primera into Crimson Dragon. Crimson Dragon will activate its effect, targeting my opponent's Legatia to synchro out into a Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Yeah. Effect to get an extra normal summon. Effect is add one from deck to hand, adding Effect Jailer. We could then go into SP or something, but we roared, so we can't do that now. Sage will link off into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Spirit with Eyes of Blue effect will tribute to summon out a Blue Eyes from the hand or graveyard, summoning out Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I'm an idiot. I don't really need to do this. True Light effect to summon from the graveyard a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now we can go and synchro these two off into a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Again, should have been in attack position. If I had just done the math, this is game, but I didn't do the math. Battle phase will attack over the Legatia. At the end of the damage step, Blue Eyes Jet Dragon will summon itself because the card on the field was strip at battle. Then we can use the effect of Jet Dragon, declaring an attack, returning one card to the hand. We will return the Nib token, attack with Dissipator, and look at that, they're at 2,000. If I had put the Spirit Dragon in attack position, I'd have just won, but I wasn't thinking about it. Although I suppose he could have used either Trudea effect to summon. That would have been a little bit more rough. Although, we still would have killed, because Jet Dragon would simply target the Nib token instead, and we just attack the Trudea. So, yeah, it would have worked regardless. We will pass our turn, and yes sir, we are in a good spot from here. Engraver effect, targeting to shuffle back the Engraver to do that. We'll negate it with Dissipator, not the Spirit for some reason. I don't fucking know why I did this. It should have been Spirit Dragon negate, because this is a graveyard effect, but whatever. That'll shuffle that back. Then he has Trudea effect to summon, and then Trudea effect to place back, which I'm going to effect Failure. I don't recall what I do here, but there is a reason that I did summon the second Spirit Dragon here, which you'll see in just a moment, I believe. I hope it resolves. I don't recall. It's been a little bit since I played this duel. He will activate Stand Up Centurion, in which case I'll activate the effect of Spirit Trading to summon out a Crimson Dragon, a Light Dragon Synchro. On summon, Crimson Dragon will target my Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, tagging out in 4 Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier. And then Trishula effect, when it's synchro summoned, can banish one card from my opponent's field, grave, and hand, all at random. Oh baby! Blazar Dragon banished to negate the attack. He was going to crash, but I want to win this of my own volition. I'm going first, and I'm not going first. I'm not going first. I'll set 2 cards and pass my turn. Main phase, normal summons Medora Destrudo. You have nothing. Some people do like to do Ancient Fairy Dragon here, and then, well, I guess it would be Medora, and then if they had a Revolution Synchron in hand, and then Revolution Synchron sends one to summon itself back out, and they make Visas Amritara. Or no, is it Amritara? No, Amritara is the other guy. They make, I don't remember his name. The Synchro weight that only just requires 2 light monsters and not a tuner. Don't know why it's a fucking Synchro monster. Konami, intelligent business decisions, not possible. They don't actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! Mudor will declare an attack for 15, and then Deshudo will attack for 1,000. Main phase 2, they might make an SP or something and pass the turn. If they do, not a problem. Your Shudo gets shuffled back to the graveyard, so it's just Mudora in the grave, which is not an issue. Sage is good. Normal Sage. Effect to add. SP Little Knight, target the Sage. I believe I hit the SP with an imperm because we actually do need the Sage here. And then if they imperm my Sage, that's a little bit rough, but it's alright. Sure. Negate the SP Sage is going to add from the hand Maiden. We're going to call by the grave from the Mudora right now, simply so that way they can't do that. They're going to activate Max C in Chain Link 2. You're a bitch. 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 Mudora shuffles back the impermanent Max C. And then we called by nothing. Activate effective Maiden discarded for cost. If it's a called by, we lose. Ooh, called by is in fact pretty good here. Called by is pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But we do have 2 trolls, which isn't going to do anything with this here limit, so I guess I'm just going to fucking lose because I can't fucking do anything. Mausoleum of White. Yes, quite indubitably. Mausoleum of White effect, sending to the graveyard of Blue Eyes by Dragon for my spirit to gain a fucking heartbeat. Are you serious? Are you fucking me right now? Just shuffled my spell and trap into the deck. What's it like being a bitch? What's it like being a stupid fucking bitch? How dare you? How fucking dare you? How dare you do this? How fucking dare you do this? Now, I could have actually done Spirit with Eyes of Blue effect, tributing for cost to summon a Jet Dragon. Yeah, I probably should have actually. No, I probably should have done this just to sit on a 3000 attack body. I can't attack with that card, and its effects are negated, so it doesn't matter. But sitting on the Jet Dragon would have been pretty good. I activate Scream, attacks over the Spirit, and yeah, this is my mistake. I could have summoned out the Jet Dragon, but simply didn't for whatever reason. Okay, pass this turn back to me. We'll draw for turn, and we have a Droll Knocker, which we could normal summon. Max C. Okay, and we'll end our turn. I'm not giving you another draw, so works for me. Whisper Goods is gonna get Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. Go fuck yourself, you Tier Limits cuck. You're a cuck and you know it. I hate you. Sure. No. Negate. Battle Phase attacks it from my Droll. But we have another Droll, so the next turn it also works. Yay! I need something. Look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Oh, I can't check my deck list. You saw my deck list before. There are 3 Sage, 3 Maiden, 3 Wishes, 3 Neo Kaiser. There's a Bestial Bagnamut. There's 3 Roar. There's a few cards we could draw here. That's not one of them. Normal summon Link off into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Activate the effect of Spirit with Eyes of Blue to add a Mausoleum of White from deck to hand. I was hoping to God he would chain the SP here, but whatever. Activate Mausoleum of White, effect targeting my Spirit. He'll chain the SP to it. And then, okay, that means my Talents is now live. Talents will draw me 2 cards, and those are completely useless. And I'm a fucking idiot. Why didn't I set this in the imperm column? What was that? I don't know what I was thinking, but if I just set this in the Scream column, I just win the game no matter what he draws here. Because it means that Scream isn't active if it draws into a Tier Limits monster. Keldo, okay, we're still okay. Spirit gets destroyed. And then Jet comes out because there's a Blue Eyes in the graveyard. So we're still okay. Now, SP can't do anything. Main phase 2, end phase. Sure. That works. Another Nib, declare an attack. I declared an attack into the wrong card. I should have declared an attack into a Keldo here. And then SP gets returned to the hand to start a damage step. But I guess we return the Keldo to the hand for whatever reason. Pop the SP. Main phase 2. Mausoleum of White to send for to gain attack. Just put another Blue Eyes in the graveyard, so maybe they'll think that this is not an imperm, but instead a Majesty of Light. Normal summon Rhino Heart. I can't imperm this because Scream will resolve, and then, yeah, but if I just put this in the Scream column, wouldn't have mattered if he normal summoned Rhino Heart, because I negate it, and then go from there. Or any of the Tier Limits monsters if he summoned, would have been fine. But I'm an idiot, and he milled fantastically, sending Tier Cash and Havness. Havness effect to shuffle back Confuse, and Tier Cash effect to send 3, I believe, or send 2. Rhino to grave is pretty good, because that means that he can now, he shuffled them back instead of itself in the Tier Cash. Sure, Kitkalos! Wow! Royal Kitkalos! Get fucking impermed, you fucking nerd. I hate, not a single person in your family likes you, but this is also a reason why destroying the Spirit, or the SP Little Knight was a little bit better. It's because now he can't summon an SP right now. I don't know why the Tier Limits cards don't lock you into fusions. I can't imagine why. It's such a stupid decision, but Konami is incapable of making intelligent decisions, so whatever. Turn changes back to me, draw for turn, and we get another Nib! Woo! Sure, declare an attack, return the Kitkalos to the hand. Okay. Felt like the correct decision. Probably shouldn't have left the Rhino Heart on field, so I think that's probably fine. Giving them back a kick close does suck as well, but whatever. Their fusion summons shuffle it back anyways. Draw the Swarm. I want it to be known that 2 days ago it was -6. Or was it negative? I think it was that it felt like -6. It is 18 degrees today. I'm sweating. I'm sweating so bad recording this right now. Okay. Nightmare Throne, add Simsardi Lotus. Sure. Then he goes and makes Phantom of Yubel. That's a good choice, actually. Okay, activate Spirit Case, adding from deck to hand Dark Beckoning Beast. I gotta be honest, why do you fuckers play Chaos Summoning Beast? It's such a shit card. Because you can't, that way you have a card to add off of Dark Beckoning Beast, because it can't add itself. Shut the fuck up. You don't, it's such a, whatever, man. Okay. Sure, Dark Beckoning Beast adds to hand the Chaos Summoning Beast, which is a discard fodder for Spirit or a 0/0 Fiend to make a Phantom. Lotus effect, tribute for cost will activate the Ash Blossom, which is going to get hit with a Phantom of Yubel, of course, but that was why I did this now. Because now we can activate Maximum C and then start drawing cards, because Phantom of Yubel will trigger and Lotus will summon one, giving me 2 extra draws, which is good because his hand is not fantastic. Although it's okay, I can just discard the True Light with the wishes that I set. Actually, no, because that'll be after True Light's on the field. Never mind. Spirit Effect and Spirit Effect. Yeah. Sure. Ubel! Spirit! Set Nightmare Pain! Wow! Nightmare Pain effect. Desetting one, shuffle back into a Phantom. I think it would have actually been worth to give me 1 extra draw to go into a Barudris here. But I can see why you wouldn't. But I do really think just summoning a Barudris here would have been a better choice than sitting on Yubel and Phantom of Yubel. Standby main, we will activate a Fuelos because haha, your deck summons from graveyard, or summons from deck a lot. Wishes will discard my True Light to add 2, adding Majesty because we have Roar, and Maiden because we have Sage. We also add the Maiden here instead of another Sage or a Veiler because that way we don't have to worry about a hand trap in the back row. Maiden places or discards the place. Phantom of Yubel, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, I suppose. Destroys the Spirit of Yubel, which is a can effect, and I believe Yubel is a mandatory when it's destroyed. No, it's under can. Never mind. Normal summon Sage effect to add Veiler to hand. Activate Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons to summon from my deck the Blue-Eyes White Dragon. Activate the effective Maiden in the graveyard to summon because Blue-Eyes White Dragon hit the field. Wow. We'll link Spirit or Sage off into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Effective Spirit with Eyes of Blue to add. They get impermed on that. That's a pretty good imperm. I'll give you that. Still locked in the dragons because of Roar, but that's okay. Effective Neo Kaiser Seahorse to summon. So I control the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Effect targeting my Maiden. Maiden effect if she was targeted will summon a level 1 Night Spellcaster or a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard. Summoning out Sage with Eyes of Blue will increase her level to 2. We'll link you off into second Spirit with Eyes of Blue, and then we will Synchro 9 after Seahorse sends from the deck to the graveyard second Blue Eyes. Effect tribute for cost to summon out a Blue Eyes from the deck or from the graveyard. Wow, Blue Eyes White Dragon! Now we can use Witches with Eyes of Blue, banishing to equip my Blue Eyes White Dragon with the fusion spell. I overlay these two into a Indigo Eye Silver Dragon. Indigo Eye's effect will negate the effect of all cards my opponent controls, and then Spirits with Eyes of Blue destroy the Yubel. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of dumb and thought I had to attack. I'm still used to Nightmare Pain, but I could have just ended the battle phase. Sure, started damage up, I take 0 attack, but I thought I had to attack, and so Indigo Eyes did. But no, I just negated Nightmare Pain. I'm just stupid. We'll link these two off into Hieratic Till the Heavenly Spheres and go from there. Normally, I think... Well, actually, the combo line that I was doing, if this was against a different deck and all these cards were on the field, if I had both Blue Eyes, Sage, and the level 2 Maiden of White, I would have made a Spirit with Eyes of Blue and a Bestial Dissipator, because Bestial Dissipator is just a dragon plus a tuner. And that would have been pretty good with any extension that I have in the graveyard, things like that, called by the grave, Bestials on their side, whatever, would have been pretty okay. But we are going to sit on Hieratic Seals of the Heavenly Spheres to return to the hand the Nightmare Pain in response to its activation, and then just kind of go from there. We also have an Ash Blossom, a Veiler, and a Majesty of the White to pop too, so good choice. But also, if you don't know what Indigo Eyes Azure, or Indigo Eyes Azure Dragon, or Indigo Eyes, is it Azure? Silver Dragon, sorry. But this card is a C summon. Negate the effects of all face-up cards my opponent currently controls. Forever. Nightmare Throne's done. Nightmare Pain's done. Opening the Spirits Gate's done. He will link summon at the Closed Moon, and Fuck you. No, absolutely not. Hieratic Seal, retrieve a cost, return to the hand. Hieratic Seal effect will summon a Magnemite. Magnemite effect during the end phase will add a Neokaiser Seahorse to summon a Bastille Fader, activates Nightmare Pain, and they'll end their turn because they have nothing from there. Seahorse to hand, and effectively we just win the game. We can just pretty easily just attack for game. I don't really need to overplay here, but I'm going to because I want to, and they have absolutely zero interaction. Discard to place a True Light, normal summon, effect on normal summon targeting to decrease the level, effect to revive one from the graveyard. Why are we decreasing the level? Because fuck you. Shut up, idiot. Idiot, stupid idiot. We don't need that level change anymore. We're going to put it back to level 1 so we can summon Double Spirit. Effect of Seahorse is going to decrease the 1, Synchro 10 into Bastille Spader. Then we can go Seahorse effect to send a Blue Eyes Jet Dragon to the graveyard. Synchro 9 into Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. True Light effect to set a spell trap. We will special summon a Blue Eyes. Not to set, sorry. Then we can use the effect. Never mind. I just go battle phase and attack for game. I guess I wasn't being too disrespectful. I remember thinking I could be disrespectful when I recorded this one, but I guess, or when I played this duel, but I suppose I just didn't do it. But yeah, even if they didn't die this turn, for whatever reason, if I just chose to let them live, I have a pop 2. I have a Called By, an Ash Blossom, an Effect Veiler, a Graveyard Negate, a Monster Negate, or Destroy, tags out into another Negate. There was no chance they were winning this. Plus I had a Crimson Dragon into Trishula. No, it was over for you. But alright, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all had a wonderful day, and if you haven't, there's always the rest of your day. There's always tomorrow, the day after that, so on and so forth. Things don't get better unless you let them, so give yourself time and things will improve. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye-bye!